Hey everyone, this is Max. Since Princess Connect Redive had a soft launch a few days ago, I thought I'd make a video about some of the common questions that new players may have about the game. Now about myself, I've been playing Princess Connect since June of this year on the CN server. And the CN server, like the global server, was launched fairly recently. It was launched in April of this year. So because of that, I still have a fairly good memory of the new player meta and the new player experience. I'm going to try to share some of that here. Anyway, let's get started. So I think the first thing that most people probably want to know about is rerolls. And that's because after the tutorial, you're guaranteed 1 3-star unit, and it's a random 3-star unit from the starting roster. Now let me say from the start that rerolling is not really necessary in this game, because every unit that you can get after the tutorial, you can farm it, and some of them can be farmed really quickly. That said, if you do want to spend the time to do a reroll, there's really only one character that you really want, and that's Makoto. That's this girl right here. She's a physical frontline DPS unit that brings a physical defense down debuff. She remains really important to the game's meta for a long period of time. She only dropped off, I believe, about 2 years after the game was released. You can farm Makoto through this activity called Clan Battle that happens once a month, but it takes a really long time. If you were to try to farm her from scratch, I say it takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months. And moreover, those memory pieces that you farm of her for unlocking her can also be used to increase her star level. She starts at 3 stars but can go up to 5. So if you get her early on, it really shortens the farming period, and it's really helpful. Second thing I'm going to talk about is what to spend gems on. Now, the game calls it jewels, but I'll say gems just because I'm used to it. Anyway, gem is the premium currency for this game, this thing right here. And the two main uses for it is 1, rolling on the gacha, and 2, refilling your stamina. So the first thing I'll talk about is rolling on the gacha. Before I can talk about the gacha though, I have to kind of explain the difference between 2 types of characters in this game. And that's permanent characters and limited characters. Permanent characters are basically characters that, once they're introduced, will stay in the gacha pool forever. What's important about permanent characters is that usually around 4 to 6 months after their release, they become farmable. Limited characters are the opposite. They are featured in a gacha banner for a limited period of time, and once that banner is over, they disappear, and you can't get them again until the banner comes back, and limited characters can never be farmed. So if you're a free-to-play player, or if you're not planning to buy more than the monthly card, for example, my recommendation is to save your gems and only roll for limited characters. The permanent characters, you'll either get them while you're rolling for limited characters, or you can farm them up. There are a couple exceptions for some really powerful permanent characters, but I'll talk about those maybe in another video. But generally the rule is, if you're a low spender or a free-to-play player, spend it only for limited characters. And right now you can see that there's 2 types of gacha available in this game right now. There's the normal gacha and the premium gacha. And the normal gacha is kind of just, whatever. It's free. You roll it twice a day and that's it. The premium gacha is it has all of the permanent characters, but it never has any limited characters in it. I don't recommend rolling the premium gacha, except when you're starting out. I think it's okay to do maybe 20 or 30 rolls on this, so you can have some more characters to use than the starting roster. These 4 girls right here. When new characters are released in a gacha, they're going to be featured on the upgrade banner, and it's going to show up to the left of the premium gacha. And the important point of these upgrade banners is that there's a pity system in place where you are guaranteed, or you can trade for the character that's featured after 300 rolls. So to guarantee that you get an upgrade character, you need a total of 45,000 gems. And this is important. I recommend that you only roll when you have 45,000 gems or more. And this is because the pity system does not carry over from banner to banner. So if you spend 200 rolls on an upgrade banner and you don't get the character that's featured, and then the banner ends, the next time it comes back, you'll have to start from 0 again, which is, really painful if that happens. So only roll on an upgrade when you have at least 45,000 gems. So that's as far as what I have to say about spending gems for the gacha. Then I'm going to talk about spending gems to refill your stamina. Princess Connect is a really stamina intensive game. You need stamina to do everything from farming for equipment for your characters, and also farming memory pieces to start them up. I guess they call it Ascension here. But anyway, so every month they release new equipment and also new maps, sometimes with new characters to farm. So pretty much for the entire time that you're playing this game, you'll always need stamina, whether it's to catch up or to keep your characters current. If you just rely on the natural stamina regeneration in the game, my experience is that's never enough. So my recommendation is, when you're still leveling up, refill your stamina at least 3 times a day. Then sometimes when there's bonuses going on, and these bonuses, they come about once a month. Sometimes it's going to be triple drops from normal maps, sometimes it's going to be triple drops from hard maps. When there's a bonus like that, I recommend refilling 6 times to 9 times each day. And if there's a triple drop event going on, I recommend doing at least 9 refills a day, maybe 12. When you're trying to refill stam, you get 120 stamina each time you refill. The first 3 times, it's 40 gems each. Then it goes up to 60, then 100, then 150, 200, and so on. So I don't recommend going past 12 refills, which is the 150 mark. And that's pretty much it for refilling stamina, and that's it for this video. So I'll see you next time.